Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit. I got your boys Stanley in here, M3, Wally, and your boy the Sophisticated Jerk. Yeah, I was struggling on that one, man. But yeah, today, man, we're gonna review the Kendra G clip. So the lady on this episode, let me go ahead and just pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
So, of course, she always has the title on there, which I think is pretty clever. But this lady was like, no broke men. You must make at least 200K. And she once told a doctor that he wasn't as ambitious as she was in there. And she breaks it down in the video. So I'm going to go ahead and play it so we can start. Y'all let me know when to stop and pause if you want to.
The woman is pretty fine, though. She got a nice, beautiful weave.
Was how the hell
nice
ain't ambitious enough? No, I'm saying how she gonna tell a doctor wasn't ambitious enough for her?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I gotta hear that part.
Yeah.
So Stan, you think she look good?
No.
He capped it.
Yeah, I remember at the end we got to give a rating and stuff based on like personality.
Yes.
Everything we hear and looks is combined, so that's our thing. We gotta give it a rating at the end. I might have to do a scale, Wally, for this. But
she's a great painter. That's all I'll say.
Painter.
You talk about the.
So he's disqualifying you for your makeup. It ain't clear. You ain't natural. Get out of here.
Yeah, because that's no clowning because it doesn't match the rest of her body. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely discolored a little bit. But all right, let me go ahead and play.
In this car.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi.
You got a flashlight or something?
Yes, I do.
I was say you is the best light I ever seen in a car.
Okay, that's
Is your name Alexis?
Yes.
Okay. Alexis, where you calling us from?
Washington, D.C.
DC. I had so much fun in DC, y'all. How old are you, Alexis?
28.
28. What you do for a living?
All right, 28.
I have 3 jobs. So my main job is I'm a cloud professional. And I'm also a cloud professional. So I'm in tech.
Okay.
I also work as a waitress and I also own my own apartment building. So I own multiple Airbnbs.
You own and what else? You said you own Wendy's too?
I own my own apartment building.
Oh, okay. And you waitress. So working tech.
You said pause?
Yeah. Okay, so all right, so she works in the tech industry, but then she's also a waitress, and then she also have her own apartment building.
She said Airbnb, and then she said
Airbnbs,
apartment buildings. So there's way that you can lease the apartments, and you lease the units in the apartment building, and you have it for Airbnb. But a lot of states are getting rid of the Airbnb. So she does not own. She probably don't own the apartment buildings. She just have them on lease for Airbnb.
Okay, I see. Because I was like, well, I mean, she's still then she's super successful. I mean, you ain't got to work.
Yeah, but the thing but here's the thing that throws me off. How the heck you say you in tech? Then you go on saying, well, I'm a waitress. Wait. And then you say you own your own compartment. Wait a minute, pause. Tech compartment makes perfect sense. The waitress threw me off. What you need to be waitress for?
So she get free food.
Yeah.
Stan, you said she need that discount.
Oh, you filthy, Stan.
You also got to understand she lives in Washington, so it's not like she working tech like in San Francisco. It's a difference. She might be getting like at least like $20 an hour in the tech field. Who knows?
Working for
it sounds like you need to relocate. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, you're not gonna relocate to California. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I'm not saying she need to relocate to California. I'm saying she just need to relocate. Period.
Well, because DC pretty steep. So like M3 got a good point. She might be like, because when people say IT sometimes, I think everybody's mind goes to like the top paying positions and stuff. Like, oh, you're like a engineer or something like that. She might be like help desk, the person that comes and sets up your computer. Nah, because they have a lot of those like
this?
It's like tier 1. That's what we be calling them. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, because that like I said, so I know DC is pretty expensive, not like San Francisco expensive, but that's probably why she got to do the waitress shit. And like I said, she doing the bootleg Airbnbs and stuff. What Stan was saying. But that's a good catch. She was 28, right?
Yeah,
28. So IT waitress.
More than that. So that kind of surprised me for a little bit.
All right, I'm taking some notes, man, because we gotta do our ratings. So all right, I'll go ahead and play again.
Do cloud what?
I'm a cloud engineer.
Engineer.
Damn, cloud engineer. Okay.
Okay. Alexis DC 28. You have any kids?
Nope.
No kids. What's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn. So cloud engineer. She worked for a cloud engineer. That's a certificate.
Which is still good. Don't make no difference.
What's the salary on a cloud engineer?
No, that is why I'm researching, because I'm taking those too. Trust me, because that still all that she said, that still didn't make no sense to me. I'm sorry.
It's about what I got is like 130. Hold on, let me see in a.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's like either between the ranges of like, okay, let's just say from the lowest of like 90K to like 100 and like 35 or 100.
Yeah, about 139.
Let's look on the East Coast. What it means to the DC.
Oh,
that's why I looked up DC. So it's like 139 DC, like 116. It says between 103 to 133.
And she doing restaurants?
Well, I mean, because if she lives like downtown DC, it's pretty steep. So that's probably why she got worked at other jobs. So like if she pushed out, she'd be straight, but probably one of the ones that going to be around like nightlife and all that shit. So that like a lot of those people, man.
Way. And then stay your ass in Maryland or Virginia.
Yeah, but a lot of them like, no, I want to live up here. I want the lifestyle type stuff. So yeah, they over leverage, their spending.
So, what did you get, Jerk? What you got?
I got between 103 to 133.
Okay, yeah, the average. I got 133 too. Yeah.
Okay.
So she don't know how to budget.
Well, how much
living out her means, pretty much. Don't know how to budget or living out her means. Like I said, downtown DC is expensive to live down there and shit. It'll be like one bedroom, be like pretty steep.
Oh, damn.
I know. I think they're getting to
the. She could ask her where she's a waitress at, because that's actually important. But I want to know.
Yeah, I want her to get to this video because I know it's 21 minutes into this.
Okay, yeah, let me
Popcorn. You ever been married?
Nope.
Okay, never married. Let's do it. We got Alexis, DC, 28, no kids. She has 3 jobs, cloud engineer. She's a waitress, also owns her own apartment building. What kind of man you looking for? She's a Capricorn too. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I want a man that's a provider.
Oh, shit.
I want a traditional man in a sense. So I want a man that pays the bills. I want a man that leads the household.
She want a dictator.
Removing. I just want a man's man. I also want somebody who likes to travel. I travel a lot, maybe 10 international countries a year. You don't have to travel as much, but just have an interest in traveling. I also want a man that's extremely honest. I mean, I feel like some people tell little white lies because they don't want to hurt your feelings or whatever the case may be. I'm very blunt, and I think I will want that kind of partner in return, someone who can be as transparent with me as I am with them. And I guess lastly, somebody romantic. I have not really had as much luck finding people who like to please. So I would like to find someone that's similar to what I can provide to somebody else.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Broke.
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty open. I know you can't have it all. So I don't care if you're that tall, as long as you 5'5", 5'6" or taller. I don't care if you're fat, skinny, short. You can't have it all. Looks, I'm willing to settle on. I cannot settle on what you bring to the table financially, and I cannot settle on.
Yeah, she want dictator.
Too many kids. I can't do more than 2. And
you said what?
She want dictator.
She
don't get 2 rashes by nothing. She just want dictator. She just want you to get big.
I don't even think she want that. I think she just wants somebody to like finance her lifestyle.
Oh no, I know, but I'm just saying, like, just the way, like, in certain things that she said earlier, I'm just pancake too.
Yeah, because some of the stuff she said, man. Well, they said she's never been married, no kids. So that's when she started getting into the details. What she want, provider man. She travels a lot, aka I need somebody to pay for my travel, pay the bills.
Her bills too, as well.
She is blunt, and she can't do no broke man. And one of the things she pointed out, where I give a little bit of credit, she has a little bit of awareness because she was like, I don't care about how tall you are, what you look like. Damn it, you better just bring that check. So at least she's not too delusional where it's like, you know, you gotta be attractive, you gotta be this, and you gotta make a lot of money. So she gave all that up. So she's like a level 5 gold digger. She's like, fuck the looks.
No, I think she might be a level 10.
I won't take it too far.
This is why I say level 10. This is why. International travel 10 times a year, but you're a cloud IT engineer, which means your PTO is not that much, or you're gonna get replaced. And then you're a hostess or a waitress for a hotel. And this DC, are we talking about 5-star hotels? And then if that's the case, I'm wondering if you one of those trips is Dubai.
I think she's more of like a walking and talking liability more than anything, in my opinion. Those are the type of individuals that you gotta really stay away from.
But 10 international trips a year. You're in DC. You know how many people from the UN and also from what those things called?
Dignitaries.
Yes.
I mean, well, let me put this out there. What is there something like, you know, exciting to do in just Washington, D.C. or any of the neighbor states that she's around of?
No, D.C. is one of those places. It's like it's a cleaner New York meets a smarter Atlanta. That's like
okay. So then she has some reason. She has some reasonality to why she travels. Then, because if it's just
because I mean, man, the way the East Coast works. Because I like where you're going with it, Wally. I mean, if you've been there a while, stuff's probably not that new. So yeah, I can see why you probably want to get up. But man, Philly's not too far. Baltimore is close by.
Right. That's why I also asked.
Yeah,
like,
New York. You know, so it's just like there's a lot of stuff like you could, you know, travel where you ain't got to go like. Because I like what Stan was pointing out. That is a lot of damn trips. And it's like, man, you ain't no dignitary. And what would you say would be the average cost to get out of country when you add in like plane ticket, hotel? Would you say about 2,000 to 3,000?
Or 5.
About 5, yeah. So you talk about like 10 times a year. It's like, man, you spending about 50.
If that's the case, then that's why she got the other jobs. Because as far as the little research that I did, okay, between what you said, right? If the cloud engineering is $133K a year, this is a year I'm getting, right?
Don't look at
rent in Washington D.C. is $2,292 on average.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, but no, boy, you mentioned something that actually does make sense. So by her, like, you know, having 2 jobs, that second job is probably something that will help fund for her travels. Now, here's the thing. I know it sounds bad right now for, like, you know, the way how we're looking at it, but there might be some guys that love traveling too, so that might be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying she don't got no reasons.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
it's like the backstory is adding up. It's just adding up.
I'm just saying, like, in a positive aspect, right? Like, you could probably easily find a guy, right? You know, who's into traveling like just as much as she is, and has his own like resources. But I think where it could be a little iffy, where it's like, okay, you have your money on the side, but now you want him to kind of be your sponsor. And that's the part where I would have a problem with if you only need a guy because you want to use him to sponsor your traveling lifestyle.
That's exactly what she wants. And she going international. She ain't talking about like, hey, let's go to Quaker, what's that, Pennsylvania, Hershey or something. she talk about like you going somewhere expensive. So add that on to your cost.
Yeah,
like if it's like 2 to 3 for you, then yeah, no, hell no. That's why them dudes is bouncing.
She's not doing Baltimore. She's not doing Philly. She's not
doing. Okay.
Right?
What you find out? What you find out, Wally?
Right?
No, yeah, let's stand go.
No, when she said hotel, to me that was a red flag. Because hotels, there's other type of businesses that go down in hotels, especially when you deal with politicians and people who are working in politics. And also you're dealing with dignitaries. You're also dealing with so much stuff that goes on DC. Like I said, it's a cleaner New York meets a smarter Atlanta, and it's chocolate city. So you're dealing with military. You have so much access as a waitress. So she getting her needs met. That's why she don't care about the looks. She knows.
But she said something earlier where it's like she's not getting romance. So they definitely doing a hit and quit it.
Yes.
So there's definitely something wrong with her where it's just like, man, because like you said, Wally, I mean not Wally, but Stan, DC's one of them areas where it's a lot of dudes that's making good money. And it's also one of the fittest cities. So it's just like there's something with her where it's just like, damn, you can't keep nobody because.
But think about it, if she's looking for romance, because my thing is Washington, D.C., because, like we said earlier as far as the conversation is, right? I would believe there's just a lot of more serious people there. So if there's not like romance, I believe most of those people, like, they're not into that mushy stuff. So it could be she just in the wrong place. Like, you're just in the wrong place, living in the wrong section. You ain't going to get that from nobody over there. Not
she needs to go to Philly and Baltimore.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she may want to switch her location.
From what I'm getting, because she says she's blunt, and then the way she's just like, I'm about money. I think it's a personality that's chasing dudes away, man. Because I just think, man,
it's like you can't say you want someone to be blunt about it, but at the same time, but you also missing the romance parts. Like, if you're in Washington D.C., I'm pretty sure you can find a lot of people that are blunt there because you're more likely to deal with serious people.
Okay.
But let me get back to the video.
That's just my opinion. But real quick though, if you actually break off the 133, because the exact average that it gave me was 133,521. You break that into 52, that comes down to 2,567.71. So that is just cleaning up. Like, if she were to use that for rent, that just clean up. And so yeah, the waitress and the owner of the apartment definitely has to back her up for other things.
Yeah, because that, like, even if you're looking at that range, that's probably not even including the taxes. So when you take the taxes out, then she out here struggling. She's looking for that sponsor. If she owns an apartment
like she says she does, then what happens is she more like, if she lives in there, because if you buy an apartment, you're gonna have to live in one of those places, and then more likely, so everybody else is paying for you to live there. So if she's doing it like that, then she's playing smart.
Okay, that's overall. A good point.
So yeah. So she's financially smart on this one,
Your kids cannot be under 10. And then anyone that's not ambitious. Like, recently I matched with a doctor on a dating app. And I was just like, I said, what do you do? He's like, I'm a doctor. And he was just like, I was like, okay, so what's your goals? He was just like, oh no, I kind of blocked you because, like, what do you mean what's my goals? Is a doctor not enough? I don't want somebody who's content with where they are. A doctor is being a doctor is amazing. I understand what you guys go through to get there, but why can't you want more? I guess me having 3 jobs shows you that I'm never comfortable with being in one place.
Not being a doctor.
I gotta go in on this. I'm sorry.
Get to that, like,
okay, so you wanted some dude that's an adventurer that's willing to just touch everything. You want a jack of all trades type dude.
She wants a guy that's like gonna work himself to death to fund her travels and her different activities. Because I mean, if you look at a doctor, like, he ain't ambitious because he's kind of on cruise mode because he put that work in up front. It's just like, man, that's what I'm saying. Something's wrong with her mindset. And she's looking at it like, almost like, since I got 3 jobs, you should be doing more. It's like, nah, he worked smarter. You know what I'm saying? He don't need to work harder because you ain't make the decisions he made. So you're going to penalize him what? Because he's smarter than you. He don't got to work all them jobs and he can make good money and stuff. So yeah, it's just.
I think here it is though. But I think the reason why she's saying it like that, because I think this goes back to like what N3 said earlier, the personality factor. Because what it is for her is she wants the type of guy that is more mobile with what they can do versus just being stuck. Like, because with a doctor, you're pretty much stuck where you at. You put all your investments in being that versus trying to move around. Because not to say when you're a doctor, you ain't moving to other things. More than likely not. But that's my whole point. You stuck. You done. Yeah, she wants someone to be flexible with what they do, aka being a jack of all trades, like herself. Because right now with her, she's moving and swerving. So I think that's her. I think that's her thing. She wants someone to be flexible.
Yeah, that's why, like, and this is why, like I said, like, in our previous like recaps, you want to get with someone that's like equally yoked. Now, I'm serious on this part because the thing is, again, she is in the tech industry. So, but we don't know, like, okay, if she's fully remote or if she's a hybrid. I would assume that she is probably fully remote. And as far as with the waitress job, she could just be like, on calls up from our nose. And she could take like, days off or whatever. Cause I mean, it won't be anything if she get fired or let go. But the tech industry job, like, as long as like you putting the work in, like, you bring your laptop with you, you could still have fun while at the same time, like, do your work. And if you find someone into like, that tech industry type of career, then I feel like, you could find that somewhat type of match. Not everything's gonna be perfect, but you're gonna find something that's closer to what you really desiring. Because it seems like she's really just big on traveling. I mean, and money is definitely like a factor for her because she wants somebody who's not going to be like, who's not going to tell her no. Like, no, we can't do this because my job is doing this. Or no, we can't do this because I am broke. She's the type of chick that you can never say no to her because if you do, she's going to erase you off of existence in her mind.
I'm going to call cap on this woman. Comme ça, fouet, quand ton tes chien, les fouet, quand translation. She's horrible. Tell a doctor they need to be more ambitious. Like, come on now. My sister's a doctor, and I know two other doctors, one Haitian and one Nigerian. And yo, like, there's hours doctors put in. You don't have time to go into other things. Like, it don't work that way. There's tests upon tests. It's decades of training in school. Like, it's nonstop. To me, this is one of those things where, again, where people think they better than other people based on what they feel. But realistically, look what tech jobs is going through right now. They cut things off for AI. Like, yo, you can't think that you better than a doctor and you're going to talk to a doctor any way you want to, or anybody, any type of field, so you can feel good about yourself. And you traveling. Where you traveling to? International, to 10 local places. And do we need to call FBI and CIA so we can check out your passport?
Stan says she's smuggling drugs or something, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, her idea of ambitiousness is like it has to be different, like the way she's looking at it, because it is one thing to like look at just the word and then you'd be like, well, a doctor ain't ambitious, but then it's like, well, yeah, he probably is, but not to the way she wanted it to be.
Yeah, I think she's looking at it from a sense of like, I do all this, you need to be working like 3 jobs, even though you're a doctor, you need to be. So low key, she's kind of saying like, I don't want to see you that much. So that's why I'm saying she's money hungry, because she's just like, hey, look, you need to be working even more pretty much. And I'm never going to see you. So she definitely don't like the dude.
Well, yeah, but I think also too, because you got to think about it nowadays, everyone's on this. You got to have multiple streams of income too. So it's like, that is also part of the ambition, this part that most people are thinking about. So I think that's another thing that she's not communicating correctly. Like, she needs you to have other forms of income coming in.
You're a doctor. I need you to stay focused because you operating me. I don't need you to think about no stocks, no bonds. You're only
hey.
You working out. You training somebody. Focus on the operation. Fix me, heal me. Like, I don't need you to focus on nothing else. You are a doctor, specialize, sit your ass right there. I don't need to do nothing else. This hustle culture, I won't call it what it is. It's bullshit. A lot of y'all already have money. Y'all scared of that B word, budget. And if you stay in a budget, you'll be amazed how much money you got. Like, just stop playing these games. You're not wilding anybody that you are traveling. Because we know where you traveling. Because I signed a contract for doo-doo. So don't come up here thinking that you better than anybody. Like,
yeah, that's so crazy. Let me get to the video though, because
you need to run for the president. He's already a surgeon. That ain't enough for you.
He getting paid.
It's not a money thing more. So I guess it's an ambition thing. Yeah.
Well, let's start a couple things. I mean, I cracked up when you said broke. I don't know, the way you said it was just funny. What is broke to you?
Broke to me is living check to check. I try to live it where 10% of my income is spent on expenses and bills. If you out here, 70% of your income goes towards your expenses, you're not somebody I want to talk to because you're living way beyond your means. I don't care if you're cheap. I don't care if you like, you know what, we can't go out this weekend because I need to save up some money. I need somebody that's fiscally responsible. Broke is broke. Like, you can't afford your car note. I had a guy's car get repo from my house. No, I don't deal with those kind of people. Broke is broke.
She used to.
Is there a dollar amount to broke for you?
Ideally, I want somebody that makes more than me, so at least 200 or more.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
So 100K to you would be not enough.
No.
But you make
so 200K or more. Ooh, child. Okay. So we got
No, I told you, physically, I don't really care. It looks fade. So, in 20, 30, 40 years, you're not going to look the way you did when I met you. So why do I care if you Denzel Washington? I'm okay. As long as you don't have too many tattoos on your face, we all good to go.
Okay. We got to do the Kendra can.
She don't give a fuck. She's like, hey, traction out the window, bring check. So what do y'all think about the 200,000 real quick? So we could.
Cap. She said as long as you don't have tattoos in the face. So you've been fucked with tattoos in the face, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that's her I always forget that
from essays.
But I want to say like this though, right? At least she's honest. Even though she's very delusional, but at least she's honest of like what she wants. And I'm happy for it because you know why? That makes my picking and my choices a lot more easier for me to say no and keep it moving. See, we need more women like her just so they don't waste our time, man.
She said it wasn't about the money. First, she said it was about the money. And then she said it was about ambition, not the money.
No, she said it wasn't about
at that time. You know, at the time of what she was having a conversation, she was saying, "Well, if that's the case, well, then more so than not, then it's just not about. It's not about the money. It's about the ambition."
Right, and then you want somebody who's Smurf size, compact size, somebody who's hippo size, giraffe size. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna call it cap. This woman is pulling our legs, and I bet you, she's probably at the front desk working at Amazon. Just at Denny, and after that, her Airbnb is the house that her grandma left her, and she renting out rooms. I don't trust none of this right now.
You know, I want to just also say this too. We gotta stop taking these women seriously because a lot of times
I'm taking her very seriously though. I'm
with Wally. I'm taking them serious.
Hold on. I'm talking about like as far as like the things that they claim that they want, right? Basically, this is nothing but a wish list that they know they will never have. And when reality hits, once she's outside of social media, the Kendra Cam or whatever, look, I won't be surprised if she's casually dating some guy that's like making 50 or 40K a year, but he's just giving her a good pipe and she's settling down for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, like, all these women they talk, but by the end of the day, they're gonna go home to like someone that's broker than them. So that's the part I'm like, look, stop the BS or whatever, and really just keep it G. That's all. We know what you all, want, but you're not.
I agree with you. She's never gonna land it, but I do think like if she would live in DC, because you know there's just so much like federal agencies, companies. She's probably coming around like a lot of successful guys, but they, like she said earlier, like, oh, I'm not getting a romance. They definitely leaving and jetting off, but she's not making that connection yet. Like they don't want to retain her or keep her or something like that. So yeah, that's where she's having a disconnect.
She's looking for a balance that works out for her. But the thing is, she's not finding those dudes.
Yeah, especially if she don't have no like look requirements. it's like, damn, you must really have a terrible personality because I'm pretty sure there's some busted dude that's making some money that would be like, damn, she's cute. But if he can't even stand you, he's like, yeah, something's wrong with the personality. That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't have to stand her because he's married. He just here at the hotel.
Oh, okay. Catch her at a job. All right, let me get back to the video. She about to do the Kindra cam. Let me see.
I know you in the car, but we got to do the Kendra cam.
All right, hold on.
She excited about doing this.
So she got her waitressing job.
Look at her running.
Oh, it's dark. I feel like you have
That
a
looks
nice
like BBL though. I ain't gonna lie.
shade.
Lopsided.
Okay, but it's dark. It's hard to see you.
SJ, that's the camera.
I mean, it could be because she got tight.
You said it's a camera?
You said the camera that's making it look like that?
Nah, that was a lopsided BBL.
It looked like it.
I can't hear you.
From the side, like when she
What was her name?
Alexis.
Okay.
Yeah, Alexa.
She looked like she got it upside.
Oh, it's dark. I feel like you have a nice.
Yeah, that's a lopsided
shade.
BBL.
Yeah.
Okay. It's dark. It's hard to see you.
That's like a almost like half inflated basketball shape, type of BBL.
I'm saying, look,
she trying again. She like, shit, I'm gonna get in some better lighting.
Yeah.
I can't hear you, baby.
The wrong time to mother be in a car.
Okay, so now I see why her price went up to like $200K. Like she spent that money for her BBL. That's a liability. So she needs someone to help.
We can't hear you, bro.
She's still trying.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Wait. Can you pause when she do that last turnaround? Like
it looked like that thing was pulled down. It looked like her pants was pulled down. The freak.
Oh,
it's dark. I feel like you have a nice.
Okay, wait. The second one, right? She's gonna turn around again, and you'll see more light.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's lopsided like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
she got one of them Turkish BBLs.
There's a song that says these BBLs killing y'all.
Yeah. That's a. Hold on, that.
For someone that don't care about who they want,
like you have a nice
care about how you
see, like right.
Shade. Okay, but it's dark. It's hard to see you.
That shit crazy.
She have a cute face and nice, like juggers, but it's just the BBL, man.
I can't hear you, baby.
The dress is real too, though. But that BBL, man, that kills me.
That's already a buzzkill right there.
Yeah.
She lost me already.
We can't hear you, bro.
Okay, yeah, this is the one where she have more light. And then pause it.
Yeah, you see right there.
What in the fucker?
I'm swear, like it looked like her pants was like already down, like on the side. Like what the freak?
I told myself I was gonna be cursing today. Let me see.
I can't hear you, baby.
No one.
She's like, look, you gonna see this ass. She's trying to find some light right now. Find a proper lighting source.
She need to find some.
We can't hear you, bro.
She was ready for that.
See that? You know what I'm saying? Like someone right now thinking to themselves, neither you rushed to be on here or neither you just got F'd.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's a lopsided BBL, Stan. That's what
I said it.
They can't even hold the pants so well.
The thighs.
Okay, Kendra, like, what the fuck?
She wants us to see this body.
All right.
All right. Okay, yeah, you was walking, and then okay, what you got home?
No, I'm at work.
You were going to work.
Oh,
yes.
she was going off.
All right. Let's
He was going to the waitress job.
Yep.
Now the last question I asked you, we did the Kendra cam.
Yes.
Okay, so after the Kendra cam, okay, when was your last relationship?
11 years
Wait,
ago.
you want to do the Kendra cam now with some light?
She's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, besides the trollers and the internet. Hold on. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah, you ain't giving them.
Can you hold the phone real quick?
Okay, we see you.
All right.
If you just tuning in, this is Alexis DC, 28, Capricorn, no kids. A mom, yeah.
That was definitely
your mom's a 3?
For her.
No, I have no children.
I'm sorry, that's the wrong person. What's your name again?
Alexis.
Yeah, I have you right.
No kids.
Oh, 3 jobs. I'm sorry.
3 jobs.
Here we go. All right, I said 3. Mom said 3. It's 3 jobs. All right, you just tuned in. Here we go. We have Alexis, DC, 28, Capricorn. She has no kids. Has 3 jobs. Cloud engineer, a waitress, owns her own apartment building. You said correct or?
Yes, that's correct.
And the personality of a rock.
No broke men. She made that clear. 200K is the preference. 100K is not enough.
Nope.
And a lopsided BBL.
Now, when was your last relationship?
Wait, pause.
Thunderbird eyelashes. I didn't even notice the eyelashes until now.
Help me out. Please tell me. When Kendra asked, when was your last relationship? Did she say 11 years?
That's what she said. She said 11 years.
And she's 28 years old. So your last relationship was 17.
Good catch, Wally.
Or she probably not even 20.
Oh, man. You know, this is what I'm talking about now.
Wally caught that. Okay.
In the mix of all that, you were dealing with broke niggas and now you got tired of the broke ninjas. Okay, cool. Thank you.
She went on her what they call it, Stan, the religious journey. She was on her journey of self-love. That's what
Oh yeah.
AKA the streets. All right, let me see what
11 years ago.
11? You've been single for 11 years?
You know how people go relationship to relationship to relationship? I kind of feel like that's what dating should be for. Like when I meet people and they be like, well, why are you and your ex break up? Well, it just didn't work out.
If you go relationship to relationship, that means the last one wouldn't have been 11 years.
No. I'm speaking on other people, what they did.
Okay.
This is why I don't do it. I think dating should be the time when you're getting to know somebody. You're trying to figure out the red flags.
Kendra,
you're willing to accept those red flags. If you're willing to accept every part of them. When I get in the next relationship, I want it to be somebody I'm willing to marry. And I don't see why that needs to be rushed. So.
Okay, I have a question. In those 11 years, are you having sex?
Yes. I've dated people exclusively. I just haven't gotten to the point where I wanted to make them my boyfriend.
Okay, so dating exclusively means neither one of you guys date other people.
Correct.
So help me understand. Maybe I'm ignorant. Why would that not be a relationship if you're both just seeing each other?
I can still text other people. I just choose not. I can still go on a dates with other people. I just choose not to. And sometimes depends on who I'm dating. Some people I'll still date other people. Go out for a few days. I'm just not actively sleeping with anyone else because I prefer to sleep with one person at a time. Okay. So I guess that's the difference. I don't answer to anybody.
Okay.
She's still she's kind of contradicting herself just a little bit because she's talking about like exclusive relationships, but then it's like she can still see other people by talking to them, get her needs met or whatever. The only one who's doing the exclusive stuff is the men that she's dating. So they're the ones who are exclusively dating her. But at the same time, if things go sour, she already has Rodney, Joe, Tommy, and
Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Okay. She got Bobby, Mike.
You know, they ain't gonna come and say like I'm from the street. So they got she had to touch it up a bit. Like, oh well, it's exclusive, you know, I only like sleeping with one person at the time. So yeah, she tried to like touch it up, but yeah, some street paver stuff.
You see it all in her though. Like you ain't got
I like how Kindra did ask though. Kindra was like, so you ain't having no sexual relations, huh? She had to come clean on that. No, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of them dudes, they just don't want to be with her, man. They knocking it down, and she even kind of mentioned, I forgot. Hold on, let me go back a little bit.
There was something else she said.
What's that?
There was something else she said that was alarming.
Yeah. Let me, because I think it's the same thing.
I'm just not actively sleeping with anyone else because I prefer to sleep with one person at a time. Okay. So I guess that's the difference. I don't answer to anybody.
There you go. I don't answer to anybody. So that's why I told you she don't want like a leader or anything like that. She's just like, I want a dude that's gonna fund my stuff.
Then let me be me.
I want to meet somebody, get their number. I can.
What was that saying?
Red flag was her 3 jobs. If you are an owner of the apartment, that's not a job. So I'm wondering if it's a job, she's probably a manager because she keep on saying that it's a job. And I'm like, you're an owner of an apartment. That's not a job.
Unless
well, never mind. She might be looking at it like that.
If she's the main one, like operating the apartment, then it technically is a job because you're the one working it, right?
She probably just meant to say like revenue. I got 3 revenue sources.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can pick to choose because you know how it is. Words fly, so you know.
Mm-hmm. But also, yeah, I think it's a job because one of her Johns owned the apartment.
Hey, I'm still single.
Okay. And you can't too. Okay. So my assumption is because I know you have a high salary request. Do all these men meet your 200K requirement?
Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty normal though in DC. DC incomes are higher, and
that's what I'm saying.
I'm in tech, so everyone in my field pretty much makes at least 150 or higher.
This is true. Now I want to ask this question. But you also said that these dating experiences.
That is true, but the bad thing that it kind of made her look even worse. This is like, okay, so you're around all these guys that make pretty good salaries, and you can't land one of them in 11 years. So yeah, no, I don't think she thought that out. Like,
well, you know, once again, let's go back to the personality because none of them were quote unquote romantic. So it was like, yeah, default. I can mess with you, but I can't be with you.
Yeah, nobody wants to. Yeah, they don't want long term with her. So that's what I'm saying. It ties back to her personality because I mean she ain't busted. So it's just like, yeah, nobody.
That's why I don't like reviewing these types of videos.
Experiences never grew to a committed relationship. Why not?
I think because I feel like the dating pool has a little bit of pee in it, and I feel like sometimes people like to ignore red flags, and I've ignored a few. I'll get with somebody and sexually it's not cutting it for me, and I'll keep dating them knowing I wouldn't marry this person, or it'll be something where I've dated people who were financially not on the same page as me, you know, trying to help them. So I've helped them get new jobs, I'll do resumes, help them do interviews, and then I realized that some people just aren't meant to make a lot of money. I help them get these jobs, and then all of a sudden they start acting funny. I just feel like you have to be aligned, I haven't.
Real quick, pause. Look, I want to make this a very known statement right now. For all y'all ninjas that be asking women to help y'all out and everything else, sometimes there's a reason why you got to do it on your own terms, because that is right there. Every single time I got to hear a story about the women helping, then y'all ninjas fall off and don't do nothing, then you don't even do a circumstance. Why get help from women when y'all? Why y'all complain about your woman don't support you? Then when you get a woman that actually supports you, then you don't do nothing in reaction.
Because she's lying.
Just do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Goddamn.
She thinks she owns them, like Nicki Minaj did with Safari and McMills, and they dumped her.
Well, look, the Safari is a different case, but
she did not help them so they can do better and meet somebody else.
She was trying to slave them out. She was like, look, you need to level up so you can pay for these trips for me.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, they're just certain. What I'm basically trying to get at is saying this. You can't. Some people just need to help themselves. Period.
No, I agree with you on that, Wally. And
I'm sick and tired of hearing like these things like, oh, well, we want our woman to help us, but then it's like when you get a woman to actually help you out, and it's like, here you are, you drop the fucking ball. Look,
Wally,
you like Martin and hustle on your own.
Not a victim, Wally. She should have left it alone.
I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is just stop doing this shit.
No, I know what Wally, because
the women sat down, get the salary, and you put them in these positions, and guess what?
Oh no, I agree.
Sarah, and Sarah's like, okay, let me introduce you to Angela. Let's go to these. Let's go to a happy hour on Friday. Let me introduce you to these people, and guess what happened? You get a promotion in 2 weeks because your dick is 9 inches or 12, and then after owe me. So you owe me. Thank you for the opportunity. I gave you some dick too. I'm moving on. I got an apartment on the side.
You stupid. But now just going back to what Wally was saying, because Wally, now you got a good point, but I typically think if like somebody actually put that time into somebody and they were like genuine with it, and so like if she was nurturing like that, man, a guy ain't gonna just leave like that. But I think it was what Stan was saying, not about the like piping everybody down at the happy hour, but when he was talking about her being possessive with stuff. It's almost like one of those people that would help you, and she's probably cussing them out along the way. Oh, you're not ambitious, you ain't shit. So probably when that guy leveled up a little bit, he's like, you know what? Let me get the hell up out of here.
No, yeah, I agree, because I'll say this: if you're someone that wants someone ambitious, you will look to see how they're ambitious on their own terms versus you actually helping them out do that. Because if you're looking for someone ambitious, you see that in them, not versus leave like trying to add or put it like try to help them out with it.
Well, just think, look how contradictory it is what she's saying. Because at first it's like, I'm around all these people that are already there. I had the doctor, but now I'm going to like grab somebody that ain't there and try to level them up. So that's what I'm saying. She's like kind of all over the place now, and it's just like, all right, it ain't added up.
Right, because pretty much their dating habit. Well,
yeah, because like you were saying, it's like, why don't you just get somebody that's already there? So there's the issue. She can't grab them really.
I really felt anybody that was I haven't really met anyone that I was on the same page with, but I'm patient. So I've just been traveling and doing me. I'm not hurt, but I guess that's the reason why it's so easy for me to do the non-committed thing, because I would be a little bit more offended if these are my boyfriends. These are not my boyfriends. They are people I enjoy for the season, and I'm moving on.
Now, let me ask you this, because there's some women who enjoy dating the way you date, don't necessarily really have a goal of marriage or a committed relationship with one person. Do you feel as though, is that your goal? Like, do you want to be married? I mean, it's not a bad thing if you don't, but I'm just curious because it seems like you rather just continue to date instead of locking in with one person.
No, I would like to lock in one person. I just don't want to settle. I'm not gonna, like, I've met amazing men who just didn't meet my income requirements. I got too many goals I have for myself to be with somebody that I have to build up, or who just comfortable being where they are. I want something serious.
I like how Kendra tactfully called her a hoe. I like how she did that. But what was you saying, Wally?
How are we gonna sit here and say, oh, I met wonderful men, but they just didn't meet? Huh?
She about that bread, man. I told you. She's fixated on the money. She's like, the money is the end all be all.
Chop this up.
So you mean there were no promotions? You're not a manager? You're always at one?
Man, you can't make this.
No, seriously, because like you're in DC, you're working in cloud tech engineer. Like there's no, I know they do cost of living, that's your COLA. There's no raise, there's no bonuses.
And there's so many IT firms around here, like you're saying, Stan, man, where she could definitely be moving up. So that's what I'm saying. Typically when people can't, they lack their networking and people skills. So that's what I'm saying. It's all pointing to her personality, man. That's where all her issues lie, man. I'm trying to tell you. Cause like that's a good catch, Stan. Cause there's IT firms damn near everywhere around this area.
Big time, and you could date the person that owns it. Or again, these men already married and you just smashing. You're getting smashed. It's DC. And you know what DC stands for?
What's it stand for, Stan?
Dicking down coochie, but go ahead.
But I don't want to settle.
So settling to you is being in a committed relationship with a man that makes less than $200K?
Settling for me is being with somebody that put their hands on you, being someone that lies to you, being someone who has too many kids, being with anybody who isn't on the same page as you. And that's just not.
Whoa. What is abuse came
from? A whole lot right now.
Not be interested because I wear makeup or I wear wigs. Everybody has their own preference. Settling for me is just not, you're not meeting my non-negotiables. You're not doing what your career isn't where it needs to be. Or you got too many kids, or you lie too much. Or you don't want to travel. The last guy I dated long term didn't want to travel internationally at all. Vacation to him is like going to Florida. And I like to go around the world. I don't think there's nothing wrong with wanting somebody who wants to travel too.
Florida's
it's small things. And those small things usually.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying, okay, hold on. Let me go.
Pause it real quick. Because when she said that when she dated one of the dudes she dated, right? Vacation to him was going to Florida. So basically, meaning vacation to him is like going somewhere within the states. What's wrong with that?
He has a record.
She said, we got to be at a beach in DR or.
He probably can't. He probably don't have visa. He probably has to do.
She should never mention that. Then.
Maybe his passport.
Nah, he just ain't trying to spit all that bread. He like, look, shit, we can go to Florida, like kick it, build up to like some of that more expensive stuff. She like, we gotta go off the jump.
Damn.
Or right, she did say something else too.
Yeah.
She said that they were long-term dated. I thought her last relationship was 11 years ago.
But this is my whole thing, though. But like, this is like for me personally, just what I'm getting from what she's saying. She ain't taking none of this serious. Because if she would, all it takes is just a couple of like talks, and then you just figure it out, and then boom, okay, move on to the next. Like
she already did that. You know all her dating history. Did you hear everything? She don't want to stop.
But it's like still like you just really wasting time. Like you really wasting time. You really just having fun with this.
She
did say fuck Florida though.
But all that stuff that she gave a list to, right? If she was standing on business and everything else, she would not have that type of list because there's no one where she would date that.
All I'm saying is all that stuff that she's saying a punk selling, it's as quick as just have the damn conversation because y'all waiting too dang long for this.
There was conversations in macaroni and cheese, sir. There's conversation in macaroni and cheese.
But when she was like mentioning the non-negotiables, it was a lot of hood shit. So it lets me know like she was messing with some dudes that's not close to that 200 range. Like she trying to act like she around. Yeah.
They probably $25,000.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A and shit.
She was into that.
This is where it's not a small thing, honey. And also, I'm not God. I'm gonna start off before I start. Let me say I'm not God. So I can never say absolute anything. But you do have to understand the man that you're describing is a 1% man that can make the salary requirement, could afford to travel around this world, could give you great sex. I think you had a kid requirement.
No more than 2 children.
You're not always
you don't have an attraction requirement. So that's a grace area. So he can have the income and not the money, but he still got to have good sex. So I'm gonna assume that whatever. We'll leave it there.
I can settle on that too. I'm gonna be honest. In today's generation, I can settle with that. I can settle with that too.
Damn.
Okay.
So she just wants to settle with
what she was mentioning earlier.
So now let's just go to the commitment. So you just want this man that makes this requirement to be exclusively committed to you as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And someone thoughtful, someone caring.
Okay. And although you've dated these men, you just never been in a committed relationship.
Correct.
So just hypothetical. Let's just say your experience will always just be dating. Like you get these men who meet your wonderful requirements that you can date for a period of time. And then after a while, you learn for whatever reason, it's not going to go to the committed relationship. And then you go on to the next man that meets all those requirements. Are you fine with that? Or does having a husband and having a family, is that important?
Having a family is important to me. So ideally, that's why I'm pretty focused. I don't really waste my time on people that I feel like it won't be long term. I'm quick to cut somebody's off.
You already doing it now.
Because I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste my time. So I know what I want. So I won't even let it get to the first date if we're not on the same page. I don't need to waste your money, waste your time.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
I think women because you say you date these men, so I'm gonna put you in this category. Women who get to date men who make high salaries, it's like a gift and a curse. Because, like, I'll give an example. I met this young lady. I mean, gorgeous. She was freaking gorgeous. And when I was in Atlanta at iFest, there was a private dinner, and she was talking to me. She's like, I want to be in a relationship. She was 26. I mean, she was drop dead gorgeous. And she was saying she was currently dating a guy in France, and he flies her to France once a month. And I'm like, girlfriend, it is going to be so hard for a regular guy to date you because you're used to people flying you to France. Once a month. That's going to be crazy for a guy to say, I'm going to take you out to dinner. You're like, where? And
I will say, I don't compare men to other men, just the same way I don't want to be compared to other women. I think it's unfair and nobody can ever close that gap.
Do you compare? But I'm talking about experience, not necessarily the men. So can you still be wowed by the experience? Because if you have this major experience from this man, it might not be the man, but if this man was able to give you a certain amount of experience, now it was dating, wasn't necessarily a relationship. Would it be settling for you for a man that can offer you the relationship, but maybe financially can't do the things that the guy that had the money could? Would that be settling to you?
No. I kind of, I come from humble beginnings. So if I met a man who was clear at 200,000, no extra, he can't go internationally as much as I do, then I will compromise. I think that's my biggest, positive, that I'm willing to compromise. If I need to move, if we can't go on a date this week because he needs to save or he needs to work, I'm willing to adjust. I feel like in today's dating world, when there are beautiful women everywhere, I don't compare myself to other people because you can't. Just like there are many attractive women, a lot of women built like me. So I try to just adjust and go with the flow. I just need a man that's willing to communicate and let me know when I need to make adjustments.
Yeah. I hope Kendra asked, is that all natural?
Yeah. She's all over the place because 1 minute now she's talking about she'll compromise, but her actions ain't showing she will compromise.
Hey, it's too late, girl.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Fair enough. So you have some paid questions before I get to them. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I'm not gonna answer.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I could stop ignoring red flags. I could also I could be not as ambitious, and I also could be not as outspoken as I am. I don't have a filter.
Okay. And now, do you want the paid questions before I read any?
Kindra, I have a quick question. Is there any way I can join later?
You have to go. Why is that?
I have to go for a meeting at work just for like 10 minutes, but they want me to leave like right now.
Well, I don't know how much later we're going to be on the show. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
I am. It's Alexis White is my name. I don't know. I think I might change it because I don't want my government name up there. But right now it's Alexis White.
Okay. I'm not sure how much longer. I got somewhere to be, child. I got like 2, girl.
I'll quickly answer your questions. What's the questions?
Well, no. Well, first I would like to give your contact just in case. Well, answer this. Why
I'll
would
go ahead
a
and
guy
start
be liking to be
because it sounds like they ain't gonna do the questions, but yeah, shorty crazy.
I want to give a shout out and also to be fair to my friends, Dr. Jonel and also Dr. Blade MD. It is not your, it's the women out here. The women in these streets. That's why y'all single. These are single doctors out here that's dating, and your ladies are passing by, and they're single men, black men, Nigerian nation, and it is. I'm gonna tell these guys, it is not your fault. It's the women out here. It's just the women out here. Because if this woman is doing this, Lord knows how many others have done the same.
But I think we all take I think both men and women, right? Excluding ourselves, have to take equal accountability because again, you run into these type of men, right? And I'm saying maybe they did something to pump her head up. A lot of times, when men wants to sex or whatever, they're gonna lie to them. They're gonna say yes or whatever. You're not finding a lot of men that's telling you no, except for the ones that is kind of that she thinks that's above her caliber. You know what I mean? And the ones who got things going on, those are ones either they passively tell her no after when they hit it and quit it, or they're just like, hey, get out of my face. I don't want you like that. But you got the simps or whatever, right? The low grade type of men, that's like, hey, making these like empty promises. And what you're gonna do as a woman, you're going to go with the lies. You're going to side in with someone that's pandering you.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because I agree with you to a certain extent, because what you're saying is facts. But this is where I think females have the issue, because like you said, M3, it's like dudes will give them that attention, but it's just like females like her, it's like, man, eventually you got to get smart. And it's like, if it becomes a pattern and you got all these dudes and there's no connection, it's like, man, you got to kind of self-evaluate at that point, because you can't keep using, like, she's using an excuse like, oh, they're not this, they're not romantic. It's just like, hey, man, you got to turn the mirror on yourself at a certain point, you know, and analyze.
How can you be romantic to somebody that works 3 jobs? 3 jobs. So for every 8 hours, you always working. When do you go to sleep?
I don't even think it's that, because, man, like I said, if somebody was working hard, man, typically guys, we're simple, where it's just like, all right, man, whatever little bit of time we got, you know, we could kick it. But I think it's just like, she's like, oh, we got to go do this trip. We got to do it on my terms. That's what I'm saying. It's just, she probably comes with a lot of like pressure and shit because of like all the stuff she's trying to do. So that's where guys are just like, I'm good, man. Like,
but yeah, if you notice, like everything's about her. It was nothing about what can she do for the man. Even though when she said she did something for guys, it was still about her. They acted funny. You stay.
Hey, what did she do for the guys?
She said I helped them with the resumes, helped them find jobs.
Yeah, level up, right? And shit.
And they go to work, right? And they discover like, oh, wait a minute, Lochena is coming out here bringing me lunches. And
one thing, but I will say this, though, right? You said this earlier, right? You said, how can I show you love and affection if you work in 3 jobs? I think that's the reason why she wanted to do That Makes More, because so she can drop one.
That's not his responsibility.
Hey, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying I think that's part of the reason, though. I mean, think about it. If you on your own, then you got to maintain on your own. But if you got a partner,
that's not a partner. You're allowed.
Hey, you know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm getting at, though. You know what I'm getting at.
Partnership.
You know what I'm getting at. Don't say they ain't no partnership.
That's not a partnership. You're dependent. You are dependent. That's not a partnership.
If they're dependent, then that's why I said that they want dictators. That's why they want dictators. Then
we can't. But there's a thing like you can't say like there's a partnership when you're depending on somebody for a salary. This is something for everybody to understand. You're not a child. Also, here I guess we didn't make it law now. If anybody you're taking care of that's an adult, you should get their the income tax. And get the payback.
Claim it like a child.
Hey, that would be lifestyle.
Work. You bring up the charity work.
But Stan, remember what you
worker out here.
Remember like a couple of streams ago, right? When you said something that you really didn't really say, but of course I misinterpreted it, right? As you gotta treat women like children, you know, or well, not women like children, but certain people like children.
Like sometimes you gotta be like a kid. You have to be like.
I'm still gonna take it as his dad told me to treat people like children, and I'm sticking by it.
Okay, look. You know how I treat this as a kid? I am not your parent. My parents take care of me, give me back my toys and my lunchbox. I need to figure it out, get better parents, and that's.
But the other thing I forgot when we were reviewing this video. DC is one of those places, kind of like Atlanta, where I think females outnumber guys. So that's what she's having trouble too. So she probably ain't taking that in consideration.
Oh, no, she put that in consideration. Remember what she said about like she knows there are a lot of beautiful women out. I think she took that in consideration.
Yeah. She said I can't compare myself to other women. There's other women I only compare myself to me. But that's like you self-centered. Like you don't understand like why you're alone. And also I'm still on the thing when she read the list. I don't need a guy who did this and that. Yo, that's your experience that you just like threw up on us. And I'm like, yo, you picked these guys, but then you telling us they have to make 200,000. All these guys you just told me about is Pookie and Ray Ray. You've been dating Pookie and like, what are you talking about? You're trying to make yourself bigger than what you really are.
Well, they're on camera, so they gotta again, I said this before. Every woman is going to present themselves up to be the anomaly out of all the other women, but they're all the same. And what they're trying to present, it's like they're trying to sell themselves. Hey, you should pick me because even though I can't do anything for you, but at least I could do like at a 5th grade level, write your resume for you. Okay,
That's not good enough.
Level, but it's going to be something from the kindness of my heart.
But you see what happened when that man go to the job and he meet upper echelon women. Okay, if this is like ATL, right? That's what happened to ATL. The men there meet other women that could go ahead and pay for them, and they will go ahead and they leave you. If DC is becoming like ATL, then the men are the prize.
Well, okay,
that's what I was saying, because the guys outnumber, so that's where she knows like there's other pretty women because she acknowledged that, but I don't think she understands like there's more women to each guy and stuff, so the competition is fierce. So like what Stan's saying is like, man, when dudes are getting around other females that actually have time from them and are genuine with it, that ain't putting all these like crazy restrictions. Oh, you got to do this. You're not ambitious, even though you're a doctor. They're like, bye.
So if you go to Atlanta, and you're a straight or bi man, oh, those women gonna come after you. They're like, my turn tonight. Here's $900.
You said straight up bi.
But no, I mean that's the whole thing. It's Atlanta. Atlanta don't have no men.
No.
They go crazy.
There's only one or the other. There's There is no middle ground for men. There's
no, but it's Atlanta.
No. There's only one or the other.
Wait, hold on. I got a question for Atlanta. Hold on, I got a question real quick.
It's Atlanta do everything. Atlanta is
I don't care what none.
So Stan, I'm not this though, right? Because I think I saw a video, but I don't know if it came within a group, but it was a video that a woman was talking about Atlanta women, and she said that any foreigner, right? And I mean foreigner as far as like it could be California, Texas, whatever, right? That comes to Atlanta and you are a straight heterosexual black man, the women are the aggressors. The women are going to holler at you faster than you will holler at them.
I think that was, I know what you're talking about. It was Texas, and the woman was explaining, yes, she said like it's just like Atlanta. The level of sophistication of the women there is that they're Southern. And then women that come to there, they think they can outbeat the locals, and you're not going to beat them.
We're gonna have to do a show on Atlanta dating. Or the next one. That might be the topic.
Ooh, no, I can't do it.
Atlanta dating for Reckless reviews. You want to do that?
It don't matter.
Show of that is what's his name? O'Shea Du Jackson. He has a dating show, and it's based on people in Atlanta. I'm sorry, like ladies, don't go to Atlanta. Go to the smaller towns. Don't go to Miami. Go to Fort Lauderdale. If you are in Georgia, go to what's the other town in Georgia? They got.
But what Stan talking about? Go to Fort Lauderdale.
As a selfish black man such as myself, I would want to find women to go to Atlanta, right? That way they could look once they get through the severe famine of like black men. I will come and I will save them. Okay. Now I won't save them financially though, but I will save them for some, vitamin D or whatever. I'll give them that good potassium.
In Atlanta, the women are paying men.
That's great.
They're paying men
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so they pimping out there.
So here's the thing, right? If you are a 10 in California, you're probably a 3 in Atlanta. You don't know the black women in Atlanta, like in Florida. Over here, we got like California. They don't think they all that. I'm like, okay, come to Miami and see what happens. Go to New York. Oh. New York is nothing but models, and y'all think y'all gonna come there and take a man there? Yeah, really.
All right, y'all. We'll go ahead and start closing it out. But yeah, we definitely got to do that show in M3. We'll figure out what we got. Yeah, we could do one of them Tuesday.
Yeah, and I need a video for the pop the balloon one so I can know which one.
Okay, yeah, I'll get that to you. But all right, y'all. Peace. Keep tuning in. All right.
All right, for sure.